The 93rd Annual Academy Awards take place tonight. While this year's ceremony will be different from previous ones due to the pandemic, controversies remain. Michelle Martin, host. And finally today, the 93rd Annual Academy Awards are happening this evening. And while the pandemic has made the run-up to tonight's Oscars ceremony a very different kind of award season, one thing has stayed the same. This year's nominations have ignited controversies. So we thought we'd look ahead to the show by reviewing some of the issues and beefs that have emerged out of this year's nominations, and we're also going to ask, who decides what's considered a controversy anyway? To help us answer these pressing Oscar questions, we called NPR's own Aisha Harris, co-host of Pop Culture Happy Hour. And Aisha is with us now. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Aisha Harris, byline. Thank you, Michelle Martin. How exactly do these controversies get started? Who decides that something is a controversy? Harris. Well, a lot of times, it's often a mixture of a couple of different sources for the controversy. Often, it's critics and film writers. You know, part of the Oscars is this generation of publicity, and that is generated by people like myself in the media who are writing about these things. So people at NPR, at the Times, all the trade papers like Variety and The Hollywood Reporter, there are constantly pieces being written about why this nominee or, this potential winner is problematic or why it shouldn't win. And so that's part of what's fueling the controversy. There's also sometimes, general public outrage. I think of something like the #OscarsSoWhite campaign, which garnered a lot of momentum through social media and through the work of April Reign, who kind of shepherded that. And, I think that that's a mixture of things. And on top of that, you also have sometimes even the major players in Hollywood themselves getting involved. Ava DuVernay has been, very vocal about her criticisms of the Academy, and other filmmakers and actors like her have been at the forefront of generating these controversies. Martin. Okay. One question I have is, are these genuinely issues for the most part that either the viewing public has or that critics and writers have who really spend a lot of time thinking about movies? Or are these basically campaigns by competing studios to trash each other's work? Harris. It's hard to tell sometimes when the studios are at work and when they're not. I think more often than not, these criticisms are coming from a place of genuine concern about the state of Hollywood, the state of movie making, and also the state of the world. When it comes to especially something like a few years ago, when Green Book won, there was already concern before the movie won that this was, a movie that had a lot of problems with it. It kind of glossed over race and racism.